Hello, everybody, and welcome to the newest episode of Circuit 42. We're here to talk about all sorts of things, Lord and Ringsy, Hobbity, and such. And I am here with my host, Michael the Wizard Martinez.
Yes, Michael the Brown, apparently.
Nope. And of course, I am Ian, the
Ian the White.
beige, the beige wizards. And we are here with a special guest who's much more professional than either of us, Kaia. She's awesome.
You changed your hair. Did you? Please tell me. I know we kind of like joked about it a little bit, but tell me that you at least did some kind of like in place of a Dark Lord, you have a queen, like full, unveiling with somebody. You had to have, right?
No,
No?
no,
Oh.
I didn't do a Lord of the Rings transition with it. I did a K-pop transition with it.
Ah, okay, okay. I'm
Yeah.
not yeah, I think you started posting about like K-pop Demon Hunters, and honestly, I'm not as into
Wait,
like
you still haven't seen the
K-pop.
movie, Michael?
What?
Wait, you still haven't seen the movie?
No, I've seen it. I saw it like
Okay,
one
okay.
time, and then I thought, it's cool. I just didn't understand, why it was like dominating like so hard. Like it's good, the animation is good, like the songs are good. Um, but it just didn't really. There's just like so much shit out right now that it's
See,
hard
this
to like
is
latch onto one thing.
See, this is what I love about being an editor. I can just cut that together and be like, I feel like K-pop Demon Hunters is the best movie, and Ian is a tremendous lover.
Yeah, you have way too much power. But so this is the second part of our lovely discussion about all things Lord of the Rings. I did go ahead. I got Tales of the Shire, so I have
Ooh, are you
Tales of the
loving it?
Shire now. I'm liking it. Like I like the fact that you can go up to like the animals and just like say hello.
Yeah, you could talk to them.
Uh,
I love it.
they're cool. I have this screenshot that I'm gonna share with my friend. It's just like me and like this little pony, and I'm just gonna show it to her and be like, "Be jealous because I have this precious pony." Um,
Hey, educate me, because I don't know what this is, but I know that it sounds
it's
like it could be Dr. Doolittle on top of the animals.
No, it's like it's one of the newer Lord. It's probably the newest Lord of the Rings game.
Hmm.
I think the one before it was probably the Gollum game, which was not very well received. This one, Tales of the Shire, is meant to be kind of like a more of like a relaxing, like farming, cooking, almost like an Animal Crossing type of deal. You get to decorate your
Hmm.
home almost like also what am I blanking on? I'm blanking on the other name, even though I have it on multiple consoles. What's the other one? What am I blanking on? The pixelated one.
Oh, Harvest, like the Harvest Moon one.
Not Harvest Moon. There's
I like
another one,
Harvest Moon.
right? Am I thinking of the right thing? Damn it. Am I just fucking this up completely? I'm just gonna look
Oh,
this up.
Stardew
So,
Valley.
Yes, that. I don't know why it
Yeah.
was eluding me, and then it was like translating the brain fog to you. But yeah, it's kind of like that, except it's set obviously in the Lord of the Rings universe. It's just like a cute little game. Um, and I'm only like a few days into it. I don't know if you've ever played like Stardew Valley or anything like that, Ian, but it's
uh,
very
I
similar.
played Harvest Moon.
Is it like a game where you basically just like go and like you're going like in a new town and you get like set up and you start
Yeah,
to
and you have your farm, and you
okay,
have to
okay.
have the girl marry you because you found a flower. Yeah. Now, question, because I hear of the Gollum game, and that's consumed more than anything, but I'm like, how limited and depressing they can be? It's like they're going to play as demonical or crackhead who wants a ring, and I'm like, who's obsessed with a piece of jewelry and makes
Did
murder, and I'm like,
did you
this just
play
game
that one,
sounds like
Kaya, or no?
Murder. The Gollum game? No, I did
Yeah.
not.
it sounds
No,
No,
like
I
depressing. I'm
heard.
like, I'm an evil crackhead.
Uh, I don't know if you guys know who New Betta Do Betta is, but he played the
mm,
game, and it was something. It was
bad.
something. It was bad.
It's
And
like
You
like
play
there
as
was,
technically a
Gollum?
game.
yeah, so you what you do is you play as Gollum. It's after Gollum is captured, and then like
Uh,
you're escaping out of Minas Ithil, I think. And so basically you're just explore like the ex idea of exploring Minas Ithil is really cool, or Minas Morgul, it's really cool. Um, but the way they did it, there was just so many bugs and there was just a lot of glitches. Like Gollum would get stuck on walls. He wouldn't go like jump the way he was supposed to, I guess. It was just bad. And the animation was terrible. Like if you
So,
look at the Gollum that they had in the game and
mhm.
any other Gollum that has ever been rendered for like a game or any other type of adaptation, it's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it seemed like they decided to make it a little bit more like the design of Grendel from that that 3D Beowulf. It seemed kind of
Hmm.
similar to
The
that.
Zemeckis one.
Yeah, and so well, also remind me, was that something that they changed for the movies? Did they make him? Was he in Minas Morgul instead of Minas Ithil in the
No,
movies?
so Mi Minas Morgul and Minas Ithil are the same thing. So Minas Ithil
Oh,
was
okay, okay,
before it became Minas Morgul, like before the Siege of Ingvan or whatever. Um, but in the movies, they have him in Barad-dûr, I
okay, okay.
think. I'm almost positive they do, if I'm remembering correctly,
I think
when they
so.
do the scene transition.
But like the whole premise of it, Ian, is basically so you said like you're not as up to date on it, but one of the main things that the ring does is it gives you long life.
Yeah,
And
I know that.
Kaia, like correct me if I'm wrong, but I think did Golem have it longer than Sauron did?
So, like in total, no, Gollum only had
Okay.
it for 500 years.
Yeah, but yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so he had it like obviously like he was supposed to be just like, like a regular hobbit. How long do hobbits live or like hobbit-esque type folk? I
So
mean,
the Hobbit asks, like the oldest Hobbit to ever live was the Old Took, and he lived to like 130, 131.
mhm.
So average lifespan is about 100, 100, 110.
Okay. It's not bad.
So yeah, Gollum was fucking old.
But yeah, so what happened, Ian, is so he had it for a while. It was very much um he was like, holed away like in his little cave.
Yeah, I know that.
And then, he has his little like riddle game with Bilbo. And then the forces of Sauron like track down Gollum and they capture him. And then they end up torturing him and getting like the location of, Bilbo and the ring and all that good stuff. And supposedly they're supposed to be making a movie about like Aragorn like looking for Gollum as well, right? Right, Kaya? Is that accurate? Is that
Well,
is that a
they don't,
thing?
we don't know it, what premise they're going to go about it with. It's called The Hunt for Gollum. So we know it's about either Gollum or The Hunt for Gollum, but we don't know if it's going to be from Aragorn's perspective or Gollum's perspective or even Gandalf's perspective.
You
So
know
it
what
could
I
go a
would do
lot
if
of
I was
different
making it?
ways.
Just for shits and giggles, I would actually just not bother to age the actors at all. Just be like, I'm young Vigo. I'm young Aragorn. It's just Vigo as it looks now. It's like, that guy
Just
kind of looks like he's made of sandpaper, but okay.
Oh my God.
just do it like full like Saw and just give him,
Have a
like a
hat.
backwards hat. It's just like hello, Aragorn, just like hello, kids.
Just what the
Um,
Dexter style with the shitty wig.
no, I'm not sure that'll work.
It
But
just
I
turns
thought I
into one of
saw
those
something
early
about like
2000s
Vigo coming
comedies.
back. Is that not a thing? I thought Vigo was coming back, right? Yeah, he is. Yeah,
Yeah, he agreed to,
nice.
which
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know why, because he looks like a fucking grandpa. But you
Well,
know,
okay, he's always
Maybe,
kind of like sandpaper, even when he was young.
well, maybe they'll do a thing where it's like he's like older and he's like recounting like a tale of like how he found Gollum
see,
to like one of his relatives or something like that.
that would be well, if he's like telling the story to like, his son, that would be
Yeah,
a great like intro
That
to
would be.
it.
there you go.
But yeah. But I've also heard that I think it was I don't remember if Ian McKellen said he would come back. I know that Elijah Wood said he was open to it. And then
Hmm.
Orlando Bloom said the exact same thing. And then everyone's running with the idea that both of them are on the cast list. And I don't think they are.
We
I
can
think
Wait,
only
it's
hope.
are you saying that as nerds We don't just jump into something and just start making assumptions and get overly excited about stuff. That's ridiculous, Kaya.
It's
That would never
yeah.
happen.
It's not like we thought that like everything was Mephisto for
Oh
like
yeah,
the longest
that
fucking time.
entire when we did all of
Oh
WandaVision.
my God. WandaVision was so like every little thing we thought was
And then
Mephisto.
the
Like
sad thing is, Ironheart was so good, and like some people I know didn't watch it. And it's like
it
here's actual
was.
Mephisto. But getting us
Yeah.
back on topic before we get off again.
Speaking of Dark Lords, um, okay, so like yeah, I think you said that you also played like the Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War as well. I think
Mhm.
I only played Shadow of Mordor. I think I have Shadow of War off of like the PS Plus games. Um, and I think we started to touch before on some of the deviations that they made from some of the lore and some of the ways that they incorporated it. I think they made somebody like a ring wraith, didn't they?
They made a lot of people wraiths that they weren't supposed to make wraiths.
Oh, like
One of them being Celebrimbor.
okay.
So yeah.
So
And then
did
I think they made Helm Hammerhand one too.
oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
Like why?
Why did they make Celebrimbor one? Why did they make Shelob into a woman? Why did they put a love connection between Sauron and Shelob? I
Lots of
couldn't tell you.
incentive.
So like it's that is a little strange.
It,
Not gonna lie.
it's very strange.
Like that's a choice. Like I thought the whole reason why they had those nine like ring rates was because of like their connection to the ring and the rings that they got. So are they trying to like say that Helm Hammerhand had one of them?
I couldn't tell you. I could not tell you. I think it's just because they tried to go off of like only one of the ring wraiths were ever named, and then the other one or the other three other of them are supposed to be from Numenor.
Mhm.
So you can kind of just play around with the ones that we don't actually know. But
Yeah,
the Celebrimbor being a wraith, that was something because that's not how that works.
At least they attempted to make it part of history and tie it into these characters, unlike I don't know, for Star Wars fans out there, the Knights of Ren.
that was just so
We were told we
random,
were get somebody and then it was nothing.
random bullshit. Thank you, JJ. Thank you for that. Um,
Brought J.J. Abrams, the writer of Armageddon.
anytime people
Oh,
start they start giving the sequel shit, I'm just like, oh, that was on JJ. I don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about. That
oh
was
no,
on
I do that
JJ.
to piss people off because I like some of J.J. Abrams' work, but anytime someone
Yeah,
tries to be like, oh no, he made this and this, I'm like, hey, he also made Armageddon.
but Armageddon is like cheesy awesome though. It's like nostalgia, cheesy awesome.
It's nostalgic because we remember it.
Yeah. I
Right,
mean,
Michael and I are going to have an argument where we actually try to strangle each other one day when we do a show about why Armageddon is terrible.
but it's like it's not really it's not so bad that you can't rewatch it though. Like there are some movies that are just like so cheesy and bad that you can't rewatch them, but I don't think that Armageddon's one of them.
I will
But
say I
what?
will say this. I back to Lord of the Rings. Speaking of nostalgia, I
Mhm.
still get people mad at me, and I want to get your guys' take on this.
Okay.
I'm still of the idea that the original Lord of the Rings trilogy, the first movie is the best of the three because it is oddly enough the one that actually feels like it's like obviously it's a trilogy, but it's the one that feels like more that it has the beginning, middle, and end. It tends to have that three act structure more so than the movies because the other movies are both really really good. But I still can't get past the 30 endings that people always joke about with Return of the King. Because I remember watching that movie in theaters, and I'm like, I'm sure this reads well, but I'm watching this and I'm like, okay, it's over now. Okay, it's over now. Okay, it's over now. Oh, we're gonna find out about Bob the Hobbit and see what was going on with him. Did we meet Bob? No. But we're gonna sure find out what about his like hammer and sickle business that he runs on the side. I want that to be a spinoff now.
Did we ever
Bob the Hobbit, the
establish that?
communist.
Did we ever establish that in the first part, Kai? Like which? Which is like your favorite of the trilogy in terms of like the movies?
I think we did.
I want to
I don't
say,
remember.
but is it something that you're able to just like be like, oh, that's just definitely the one?
Oh yeah, Two Towers.
Yeah, I think it's tough. Like I can see like Ian, I can see your point. Like it definitely does feel like, there's definitely like a beginning, middle, and end to Fellowship, and Two Towers kind of feels like you're already like running, and it's like, the second and third, and then
Towers is the
kind
most
of
fun to watch, funny enough for me, because it's just always moving. Like it's just
the Two Towers.
constantly, yeah. Like that movie is always moving, and I think it really has. Even though the first one I like more, the second one I will say has a stronger pace because they've already said just enough to just keep you going because you already know, like you said, it's like it feels like the middle because it's like we've already set up the characters and we can start moving into the
Yeah.
next part of it.
Hmm.
But that tends to be, like a virtue of a lot of sequels because you don't have to spend a lot of time like during setup, and but that just ends up like making it more impressive when they're able to weave new characters into it. And when I think of, strong, like really strong sequels, I think of Two Towers, I think of like Winter Soldier, I think of like T2 and like Aliens. Like even though you had like that established like mythology and you're already like running with these characters that you're familiar with, it's just like so much more impressive when they can bring in these new people. Like they brought in all those people from Rohan, they brought in all those people from Gondor, and they still like made it work. And they made like the Battle of Helm's Deep. That shit was like so epic to see the first time in theaters. Um, that was when you kind of like knew like, oh, that's like this is all scaling up, and you're like, holy shit. And then it gets taken to an even another level in Return of the King. And so that's just like so much, that's so fun. Like whenever they show that in theaters, I'm always trying to like catch it in theaters because it's just so nice to see on the big screen. But
Return of the King is just epic. Like honestly, like even if it's not my favorite of the three, actually my least favorite of the three, but still a really damn good movie. Like they're all great movies. It's just the one movie I enjoyed more, which you can't really say for a lot of trilogies
mhm.
because even the like I remember it seemed like only in recent years people have realized that, for example, Return of the Jedi is nowhere near as good as the first two Star Wars movies. Because that used to be the one that people would be like, "Oh, the Star Wars trilogy is perfect." I'm like, "No, it's not. Return of the Jedi is just Episode 4 with a really, really long single job of the hat." But like, yeah, I think Lord of the Rings could be that one of those few trilogies,
Yeah.
if not the trilogy, where every chapter of it just like sits and works. Because I don't count any of the MCU trilogies as trilogies because they're all part of a 30 billion movie franchise. So that doesn't really count as trilogy for me.
Like
But
we're not gonna get into the whole Clerks 2, there's only one return and it's of the Jedi, not the
well,
King type deal.
but Kevin Smith also wrote pretty much everything after Zack and Mary too. So it's hard for him to judge other people on their storytelling. This
I
is why you
like
don't smoke weed all the time, Kevin Smith, while you're making movies.
I did get like I really love like a lot of his like pre like Zack and Barry stuff. Like Dogma. I love the shit out of Dogma. Uh Justin Long's fucking cameo in Zack and Mary is just like so epic. I love it every time. Um, but like going back to like Lord of the Rings and how like some movies can like kind of be like undone by
See, Kai,
pacing.
I'm not the one doing it this time. This is Michael. I'm trying to keep us on topic.
No, I'm circling back to Lord of the Rings because when we're talking about like you're talking about like movies that like can linger like too long, and this is taking it back. So I'm gonna follow this up with a question, Kaya, and you're free to like look at me like I'm crazy, but like one of the things I like the fact that they didn't do like the Scouring of the Shire. I know that that tends to be something that people they don't not a fan of like cutting like Tom Bombadil or the Scouring the Shire. But my whole thing was like, hey, we don't need to see the hobbits kick ass to know that they can kick ass. They've already done that this whole, trilogy. So, going off of that, do you have a particular like Lord of the Rings or like Tolkien um like opinion that tends to kind of like trigger people.
Oh yeah, I love Tom Bombadil. I think that it was egregious that they did not include him in the movie.
Okay. I so when I so before like as the movies were coming out, I was friends or like kind of like internet friends with somebody. I was like in a clan with somebody. We played like this very like early like MMO type deal, and I think he was actually from New Zealand. Um, and he was so upset that they didn't include Tom Bombadil.
Yeah.
And then I remember reading the book, and granted, I think just to reiterate, I saw the first movie and then I read, Fellowship. So I didn't read Fellowship first and then see it. But having experienced both, I was like, I kind of get why they didn't include him because it's
Oh
like
yeah. Like
speaking
no,
of, scenes that like linger too long, and like another thing that might get me, pitchforks or whatever. But that was one of the things that like drew me out of Thunderbolts, which everybody else seemed to love, is they spent too much fucking time at the vault. It spent like half of the movie in the vault, and that kind of like killed the pacing for me.
The
So I
vault scene
feel
was like
like
about 15 to 20 minutes.
that's way too long, dude. They had
Like,
like a
so
whole
like my
fight
attention span
scene.
says
You
differently.
had everybody like introduce themselves, and then they had everybody surround it, and it was just too much. It felt like too much. But
yeah,
I
like no.
think
Don't get me wrong. I completely understand why they didn't put Tom Bombadil in.
yeah,
Do I agree with it? No. No, I don't. Because I think that it very much like it just takes away from the lore. And
I know you're all about the lores.
yeah, yeah.
Well, Kaya, can you like try to like explain then, since like Ian doesn't like know as much about Lord of the Rings, like what is the significance then of Tom Bombadil?
So really there Tolkien says there is no significance to him. You like he even tells us like, don't think too hard on him. But Tom is Tom. He's a fun character to think of. The importance that he has to the story is if they were to have included their actual like journey from the Shire to Rivendell or to Bree in general, the hobbits almost die twice, and Tom Bombadil saves them twice. And they go else like, they meet Goldberry, all this stuff. And for those who can read into stories and read into characters, like he, in my opinion, is like a really good, I guess, lesson or think piece on, I guess, selfishness or not having anything to want for because you're already content and happy with the life that you have. And along with along with all of that, it's also when Tom Bombadil saves them from the Barrow Wights and the Barrow Downs, that's when he gives Mary the Blade of Westerness. And it actually adds lore into like Glorfindel's prophecy when Mary the witch
Hey,
making
your camera is
him.
just froze up entirely.
And it's not just some random Theoden
Okay, we got
that
we got a
he's
little
just
bit of
able to kill
choppiness.
this
Sorry
like
about that.
giant like
Yeah, we started to
did
get
it really?
choppiness about like, about 15, 20 seconds ago, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you
If you
guys
want to turn off your
on
camera,
my
turn it
end
back on.
too.
Like the audio hasn't been as choppy, but the
Hold on. Yeah, turn your camera off and on. I'm gonna give my opinion on the Tom Bombadil thing in a second. I know it's gonna be making everyone mad because they already hate me and think I'm an idiot. So I was just gonna make things worse.
oh, okay. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm
Okay.
sure you won't get torn to pieces. Especially because, I'm probably gonna be more like on your side about it.
Well, I'm pretty much what I was gonna say is that like not having Tom Bombadil in the story is like not adapting a piece of furniture.
Let's we'll see if Kaya comes back and like smacks the shit out of you. Kaya, can you hear us okay?
Okay.
Oh, she dropped it. Okay. She might be having internet issues in general.
Okay, we gotta entertain the audience.
Oh, we're gonna keep it going. Okay,
yeah,
so
okay.
all right.
So
So Ian, have you even played any Lord of the Rings games at all?
no, I
You didn't play any of like the
I
Two
played a little bit of
Towers?
the Shadow of Medu- Well, I played those back in high school.
Okay.
I played the Two Towers game back in high school. And I just remember being on the wall and just
Uh-huh.
finding arrows a lot. That was pretty much my entire memory of that game.
You something on the wall? What?
I just remember standing on the wall and firing arrows a lot and fighting the orcs on the wall in Two
Oh, okay.
Towers.
Oh, in the game, the Two Towers?
Yes. Hold on.
Oh yeah, that's it was a good time. I like that game a lot. It's definitely one of those games where you go back and play it and you're
I'm
just
just sending a new invite. Hold on.
like I don't remember the graphics
Oh, here
being
we go.
like
Well, that's because it was like the early 2000s.
yeah, it's like the nostalgia brain is
Okay,
like
there
making
we
it so
go.
much better.
There you go.
Is that better?
Okay,
We're,
cool. Like Kaya, you just missed
Michael was just talking
Ian
about.
talking mad shit about Tom Bombadil.
Why?
You
Okay,
should hear what he said.
because I already know people are
Say it
gonna.
again, Ian. Say it
Okay,
again.
I already
Say it with your
know that
chest.
the audience hates me when it comes to this, and they become a moron. I have a Gollum toy over here. I know about Lord of
Oh, he's
the
got
Rings.
a Golem toy.
Okay, so tell me about Tom Bombadil with your Gollum toy.
Look,
She's getting ready to fuck you up.
that came with my DVD. God damn it! Here's a fish. He probably did some terrible things to the fish, and yeah, that's what I remember about about the little crackhead. Um,
Speaking of little toys, look who I got here. I don't know about
oh, this is definitely. Oh god, the Toy Biz ones were
yeah.
God, the faces were fucked up on those toys. Um,
This one isn't
so
bad actually.
Tom, it's a Toy Biz figure.
Okay, say it. Get
I just
get
like to piss.
ready.
I just like to piss off Toy Biz fanboys from the early 2000s. So I look like shit. I don't actually think that you do. It's like I want to get clipped for that right there. Um, but Tom Bombadil, removing him from Lord of the Rings is kind of like if there was like a piece of furniture in a movie and you remove the piece of furniture and it really doesn't have an impact on the story either way. It's like, oh no, that couch isn't there. And Tom Bombadil's like the couch of the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
See, well, that's what I don't want to be mean.
Oh no, I
I'm not going to be mean.
She's about to be like,
No,
fuck you.
see, no, see, like,
also realize that I
he,
am also fucking around a little bit. Just you have to
you're
figure out
so,
if how much I actually am.
so you're not wrong. Removing him doesn't really affect the story. It like the main part of the story itself. However, it does affect how people receive the story and I guess talk on things that they don't know about.
I'm ignorant as fuck. I know this.
But like I think before you started to get cut off, Kaya, so we kind of kept it rolling, but I think you were touching on um how like Tolkien was saying like he's not necessarily like significant. I know there's like fan theories. There's theories
Yeah,
that he's supposed to like represent Tolkien. There's theories that he's supposed
those
to
aren't true.
represent
So
like
the
like the
the fun
essence of
You're
the
wrong,
earth,
Michael.
stuff like that. I'm not saying
the
it's my theory. I'm just saying there are
no.
theories out there.
So the thing about that is that they're not really theories if they've already been disproven by the author himself. Because Tolkien says that Tom Bombadil is not a self-insert. He's not Eru Ilúvatar, which is the
Yeah.
omnipotent god. He's just Tom. He is an enigma. Uh, so really, he says not to think on Tom too much. But when it comes to Tom's importance to the lore and how people receive it, and then how people want to talk about other characters and their abilities and like, certain things about the story, Tom is an integral part in a lot of it because if it wasn't for Tom, the hobbits wouldn't have made it out of the old forest. They would have
Yeah.
they were got by Old Man Willow. And then if someone were to magically save them from Old Man Willow, they still would have got by the Barrow-wights. And if it wasn't for Tom, then Glorfindel's prophecy wouldn't have gone and been fulfilled. Like the Witch King of Angmar would have never fell.
Hey, Kaya, it's happening again.
I think I froze again.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, you're
Yeah, you're
unfrozen.
back again. Just like give it a good whack.
Every time that I start talking about it's like the internet
Every
doesn't
time
want me to
like
talk about Tom.
Tom Bombadil is just like, oh, I don't
They
want to be a
can't
little
let
fucker, but it's
it's
like,
like they
oh,
can't let this information get out.
no, but it's like Tom Bombadil is like so he kills pacing so much that he's even killing the pacing of your
I
webcam.
just, hold on. I just want there to be a curse. It's like,
No.
so remember when I talked about top?
And that's yeah, that's basically it.
Oh
But
God.
no, I think one of the things that like
I
really
was
kind
trying
of
not to blink. I
like
was really trying not to blink.
one of the things that really fucks with people though about Tom Bombadil is like him being like impervious to the ring seemingly, but you're kind of you were kind of alluding that maybe he's just like more he's just like enlightened, and then he doesn't really feel like the need for things. I mean,
Well, that
it,
I wouldn't really say enlightened. He's just content. He's
yeah,
content
yeah,
with himself and what he
yeah.
has.
That was a better word,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like it just a lot of like Lord of the Rings is just kind of like a commentary on greed, even taking it to like The Hobbit and how like the root of evil is kind of like greed and like hoarding your wealth and just being the selfish piece of shit. So I think that's one of the things, but at the same time, I can kind of see how like Tolkien probably got like, a little annoyed with like people reading a little bit too much into him, especially when we see, people even in like Peter Jackson's adaptation, they have the ring or they have the opportunity to seize the ring like temporarily, and just because that they don't do it doesn't mean that they're, God or like Tolkien or whatever. So
Hmm.
it's not necessarily, I mean, it's a special thing to be able to resist the ring, like obviously, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're, you know, like the person like they're an angel or some shit.
Yeah. 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 No, like, so when it comes to like people like talking and like theorizing and running with these ideas with Tom, Tolkien liked when people like interpreted the story in his own way. He was
Yeah.
definitely one of those authors that was just like, here's the story. Now you can think whatever you want on it, but I am going to clarify some things where,
Mhm.
things are supposed to be certain ways and other stuff you can just take and run with it. So it's just like Tom. Like you're not really supposed to think that hard on him. You can, but two things, he's not Eru and he's not Tolkien.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So you don't have like a like an additional like theory about him. You just kind of like take it at as what Tolkien said, essentially.
no. So that
Oh, you do have
Tom,
said something.
yeah. So Tom is
So
definitely
you're
a
just like,
character
I
that
know
I
we just said that Tolkien said no, read into it, but let's fucking
well,
do
no,
it.
he's Tolkien does say like, you shouldn't really read that hard into it, but if you want to give yourself a headache, sure.
Yeah.
And Tom is one of those characters that he's fun to think about because it's just like, well, where did he come from? Like, why
Yeah.
doesn't the ring affect him? How is he the eldest? Like, where did he come from? What is he? Because we know he's not a Maya. He's not one of the Valar. He's not Eru. He's not Tolkien. And whenever, like, I think it was Frodo who asked, like, who or what Tom is, Goldberry is just like, he is Tom. He is him. Like it's him. Tom,
He's
Tom
him.
is. And it's like, I don't know, it's just he's one of those characters that's really fun to think about. My personal theory is that he is the opposite of Ungoliant. And Ungoliant is theorized to be like a product of Melkor's discourse that he sung during the Ainulindale and
Mhm.
made her way from the void down to Middle Earth. And I personally think that Tom is a product of the harmony in the Ainulindale, and he made his way down from the void to Middle Earth. Because he does say that he was there before, like, the sun, the moon, and the stars. Like he was there when it was dark. So I think it would just make sense.
Okay, okay. Um, an additional question. I think so that's like a blanket that you have right on your chair, right? That's one of like
Yes,
the maps of Middle Earth one.
sure is.
Is it soft? Because I was thinking about getting it.
Yes.
Is it actually soft?
It's very soft.
Okay,
It's
okay.
like one of those, it's thin, but it's one of those Sherpa blankets. It's very nice and soft. Now,
Okay.
however, if you are looking at like, those tapestry type blankets that
Yeah.
people get, I also have one of these. I have three of these.
I
This
thought that
one,
was that. I thought that was the same thing.
it is the
No?
same map.
It's
This
the
is a
same
Sherpa.
map,
It's the
but
same map. This is a
okay.
Sherpa, and then this is like a tapestry. Like I thought this was going to be like one of those nice, like like heavy duty blanket
Is
type
that the box lunch
tapestries.
one that you're holding?
Sorry,
No, I
guys.
got this one. So one of my followers sent this to me on from
Okay,
my
Ooh,
okay.
Amazon wish list, which is very nice. I need to make a video on it, but this one is actually like one of those tapestries that you hang on a wall. It's
Uh,
not one that you can use as a
so
blanket.
don't. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
So be careful when you're getting
yeah,
them, essentially.
yeah. This one, however, I got this one at FYE. This one is very soft.
I bet it was expensive as fuck though, because FYE is always overpriced.
No, I want to say it was like $39.
That's not terrible.
And when I got it, it was like a buy one, get one.
Okay,
So
okay.
yeah.
I miss like
Okay.
old school FYE because I went to like the FYE that we have in our mall, one of our malls here. It's just a tchotchke store that has some movies. It's
Uh,
disappointing.
Yeah.
It's, it's like how you realize that there's actually like five Suncoast videos left, and they're all just FYEs with Suncoast Live.
Yeah. Our FYE now is just like a big anime store with like a
uh,
bin of old movies.
Which they had horror movies like up the
okay.
wazoo.
Do they have Demolition Man?
Dude, there's a new 4K of Demolition Man. That's actually amazing. And it
Is it?
actually has the UK cut where they replaced Taco Bell with Pizza Hut.
What? What?
Yeah, it has both versions of it.
Do they not
And
have Taco Bell in the UK?
it
Is
was a
that why?
licensing thing, and if you, but
Oh,
it's so funny because it's so blatantly obvious because they just take Taco Bell and just insert Pizza Hut on front of it. Like it's not, they didn't even try.
well,
Um,
at least they it wasn't like they had like a certain aesthetic to it. They just kind of like it was like the future version of it where they could just slap anything on there.
I
So I guess I could see that.
did find out one thing, and then we'll get back. I apologize. I don't feel bad, Michael. You've been doing this more than I have. Son of a bitch. Love you. Um, there was apparently when the movie came out, when Demolition Man came out, the Taco Bell people they gave them permission to put Taco Bell in the movie. Then they saw the new logo and they're like, "This logo is way cooler than ours." And so they changed the logo to be inspired to be based off of the Demolition Man. And then apparently during the anniversary of the movie at San Diego Comic Con, they went to one of the Taco Bells and they redid the whole thing with the logos and everything from Demolition Man for the anniversary of the movie. And I'm like, who the hell celebrates the anniversary of Demolition Man? Because I like that movie, but that's really weird.
I like
It's like
that movie
celebrating the
too.
anniversary of the third Hobbit movie. Like, who cares?
I still need to do my fucking
Say I
my
brought it back to me.
Thorin. I need to do a Thorin cosplay, and I just been dragging my fucking feet on it.
I
But
mean,
so okay, so we've talked about like in the first part, we talked about Peter Jackson's trilogy. Kind of took some digs at The Hobbit. First,
classic.
you said that you had played like Shadow of War and Shadow of Mordor. I think you said that you hadn't played like any of like the Lego ones.
Mm-mm.
No, those ones are really good, but like the bad thing is they didn't adapt Battle of Five Armies for the Lego. They only did The Hobbit and they did like Desolation of Smog, and then they just like stopped. I think it was supposed to come out as like DLC and they just didn't finish it. It was kind of tragic.
That seems so silly because I feel like Battle of Five Armies is that most epic one out of all of them. That one would make the best game.
I don't know if it was like a licensing thing or what. I do remember like when those were coming out, it was around the time that they actually started to integrate like the voice work into the Lego games. I know for a while that was kind of like part of their quirk because they didn't have any voice acting to them. And then they finally started to get some they started bringing in like like clips from like the movies, and then they started like giving them their own like original voice work. So I'm not sure if that was part of what held it up too, that they were just like transitioning to that. but it was just a very odd thing that they did never included it. Did you happen to play any of the like the real-time strategy ones? The
Mm-mm.
Battle for Middle Earth. Those ones were like really fucking cool. It was just so satisfying to like make like your whole like army of like Rohirrim or just make like the cave trolls and there was even speaking of Tom Bombadil, there was I think in the second one there was a Tom Bombadil like hero character that you could like deploy and he would just like go around and like he would be dancing and like laughing and just like smashing through like
Oh
everybody's
my
shit.
like a piece of furniture.
Yeah, it was like he was just like it was almost like annoying, but it was all like a power that you could summon, and that was like the cool thing about the game.
Now remember,
Um,
Michael, don't send Tom Bombadil again, or else you'll freeze. So
Yeah.
it's like a reverse Beetlejuice, basically. It just like slows everything down. Um, no, but those games are really cool. Like I think they're still available on what is it? That GOG platform.
see, that can't be a licensing thing if they're able to do that because
Well, for whatever reason,
they
they just like
technically should be
stopped.
able to do.
I don't know why they didn't adapt like the third movie with it. I just did like a little like rewatch of them. Um, I just rewatched Return of the King Extended. Like for the longest time, like I wasn't watching it. I was kind of like I didn't want to finish it because I was just like emotionally attached to it. And I was like, I
I
don't I don't want it to be done.
don't want it to
Um,
be over.
what?
That's like, I don't want it to be over.
That's basically it. It's kind of the reason why I haven't finished Expedition 33 as well, is I don't want it to be
I want
over.
to make I want someone to make Lego games out of like really disturbing movies. Like have a Lego Blue
Like the
Velvet
horror
or
movies and
like a
shit.
Lego or like Lego Silent Hill, and like you just you're just punching the yellow bastard and coins are coming like little Lego coins are coming out of them.
I'm not that might be a thing like later on, I'm sure. I mean, they're starting to get like they're going to like do like a new Batman game that's like very similar to like Arkham Asylum, but like in Lego. I forget what it's called. It's like the Arkham Legacy maybe, something like that.
I thought of a
But
joke
it's
so dark that I'm not gonna say it on the show. I'll tell you guys after we're done recording.
oh God, is it about oh, no, okay, I'm not going to say his name. Um, okay,
I'm gonna write it down so I remember.
so like we're like moving through like the different the Tolkien stuff where we talked about The Hobbit. Um, I take it since you did do like a cosplay from like War of the Rohirrim. Like, how did you feel about the movie?
I loved the movie.
Yeah, you see it in
Yeah,
theaters?
I did. I was invited to the premiere to go see it.
Oh
That's
shit,
so cool.
fancy.
Yeah. So that was really fun. And then when I got back, I did go to the actual movie theater and see it because I took my son to go see it, and that was really fun.
Oh,
And then I
cool.
do watch it at home.
Is it out yet on like on Blu-ray or
Yeah,
whatever?
it's on HBO Max. And then
Okay.
you can, I think you can buy it on Blu-ray. It has like
Okay,
this
good.
really pretty like tin casing.
I think
Oh,
they announced
nice.
the disc, but it's not actually out yet.
No,
I
it
don't
is.
know.
It
Okay,
is?
okay.
Oh, I thought
Mhm.
I knew something. I'm sad now.
Yeah, she probably knows because they like sent her one, and she's just like, "It's right here." Of course it
I
is.
wish. No.
Um, but no, like I saw it in theaters. I thought maybe it kind of felt like they took they it was like a little bit too it was too long for uh like the animation. It feels like they could have taken a little bit more time to clean up the animation a little bit. Um, like there tends to be like a reason why like a lot of animated movies are about like 80 minutes or so. And I think it's because they can, really pour, a lot of, work into the animation and cleaning it
Mhm.
up. I did feel like sometimes it was just a little janky, but overall, like, I like the story. Um, it was definitely interesting to see, just the Rohirrim and just to see like Rohan and like their like little side story. That was cool. Um, it's just yeah, just like some of the animation was just it just threw me off a little bit, but other than that, I liked it. Ian, did you
Yeah,
Michael,
end
I
up
thought of
seeing that
something that
one?
we should send to you.
What?
Kaya, me and you are going to work together. We're going to send something to Michael. He'll love it.
Oh,
I, oh,
okay.
goody.
It's a 2-pack that's on Amazon right now. The War Rohirrim and Lord of the Rings 1978 by Ralph Bakshi.
Oh God.
And I love that's
Oh,
a sponsored thing read by both of them together.
did you end up seeing that they're gonna be making figures for like the old like Hobbit movie?
Wait,
I saw that.
like the
Yeah.
old
Yes,
movie?
yeah.
Oh
Mhm.
shit! No, I
They're
didn't know
gonna
that.
yeah.
Show me.
That's gonna be great.
Shit. Let's see. I'm gonna find the
No,
fucking
you're too slow. What the hell?
what? What are you talking about? What? Do you already have it pulled up?
No, not at all. I just want to be an
Let's
asshole about it.
see. Let's find that. Actually, let's what do we call that? Muppet Golem new figures.
Please tell me they're in the standard tradition of the Toy Biz figures where they kind of look crappy.
Oh, it's from Dark Horse. Dark Horse is gonna make
Oh, here
them.
you go.
Got them pulled up?
Um,
Oh, that's funny.
they
I
don't
opened
have
up
any
Instagram. That's
pictures.
the first thing that comes up.
Let's see.
Oh,
Where's the
wow, these
chat?
actually look kind of awesome.
Yeah,
I
they're
mean,
not
they look
bad.
weird because it was weirder in the movie, but
I
like,
hate this golem.
oh,
God,
These very fishy looking.
hey, you, hey,
it's
he's the,
something.
it's H.P. Lovecraft's skull. Oh no, they're gonna get the fish people, Bilbo.
It's almost like a
Like a
Guillermo
frog
del
person.
Toro, like the Shape of Water Golem, basically.
I think it should look like this, or it's just kind of unsettling. I think it's better. It's just kind of
I
terrifying.
I hope this doesn't be and as cool as it is that they're actually making it. I hope they don't like decide that this is going to be like the new line. And I hope somebody gets a chance to like finish making the Diamond Select ones because those ones were so cool.
I agree. Oh, this is it's beautiful right here. That's
Yeah, I
the
don't
thing.
know.
It's too accurate. That's I know it sounds funny to
Yeah.
say as a figure collector, but it's a little
Did
too accurate.
did you get any of the figures for War of the Rohirrim, Kaya?
I did not.
No?
I wanted to. I saw them, but then I was just like, where am I going to put them? Every time that I looked at them and I had them in my cart, I was like,
Don't think about that.
there's
This
empty. But
the
I was like,
space will come later
you know,
somehow.
that's what I think about everything else. So I am probably going to end up pulling the trigger on Hera and Helm Hammerhand, but I don't know about Wolf. I don't know if I want that type of energy in my office.
Are you just trying to like make sure that you get them all so you can or at least get like the pieces to build like the build a figure or what?
Maybe. I don't know. I wasn't a big fan of the troll, so he
Yeah.
would not be an important part of my collection. So
And they weren't like super big either, right? I think they're like what, like three. They're probably like the old like Star Wars. How big were they? About like 4 inches or so.
I know they're about 5 inches. They're about the basic
Yeah.
size of an action figure.
Like a 6 inch
They're
scale.
not like 6 inches. I want to say probably five. I mean, maybe the cave troll might have been 6 inches, but I think Helm Hammerhand was like five and a half. But
Yeah.
Hedda was like
Those
basic
look
size.
beefy. I don't know why they
Yeah.
didn't
Just
just like make them like standard like 6 inch. Like it was kind of weird. Like I probably would have got them if they just made them like 6 inch, but they decided to go
But
with that weird.
I think it was more they wanted to make them into on the more collectible side rather than the toy side.
I guess.
I don't
just don't
know.
let Todd McFarlane make them, or else they'll have fucked up scales, the same body mold, and everybody will have a horrible, horrible face.
Yeah, we're gonna end up doing a like a toy episode, Kaya. And if you ever want to hear us talk more shit about toys, make sure to look out for that one. But so circling back to some more like Lord of the Rings. Who was it again? I think they got Miranda Otto. She did like voice work for that
Yeah,
one, right?
she did a narration for the beginning, like the storytelling
Hmm.
narration. But for Hedda, they got Gaia Wise. So
Okay. And
yeah.
then did you say you met her?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. How was that? Was that like a freak out type deal?
For Gaia Wise or Miranda Otto.
Either. Did you meet them both?
So I met Miranda Otto recently at a con that I went to. It wasn't at the premiere. She didn't go to the premiere.
Hmm.
I did meet Gaia Wise with all the premiere stuff because, obviously we went to the premiere, but we didn't talk to. we didn't have a time to talk to anyone during that because they were doing their celebrity stuff. But we did have two separate times where we could personally well, like not personally, but like, a group of us creators could interview them. And so that was really fun. We did that twice, once in New York for New York Comic Con, and then again when we were over in London.
But did you interview one of them?
No, no,
Oh, okay.
no.
Okay, so then if you got a chance to, then what would have been like your question? Like, or if they gave you like one or two questions, what would you ask?
For Gaia, so I was able to actually personally interview Philippa Boyens. Like I talked to her.
Mhm.
Like that was crazy.
Yeah.
And
That's so cool.
oh my God, that was wild. Like I filmed it and I posted the video of me talking to her and I was just shaking the entire fucking time. But I would probably ask Gaia the same thing that I asked Miranda, or not Miranda, Philippa Boyens, which was like, uh what was it like bringing a character to life that for little girls now is like how Aowen was to me when I was little, because Hedda is now basically the new Aowen for little girls now, whereas when I was little, Aowen was my Aowen. So
It's like definitely not Torio. We're not going to talk about her.
we're not going to talk about Tadio. No, no, no.
Um,
I will say this, like Brian Cox is one of my favorite actors of all time, and I remember that being the one thing that stands out. And Brian Cox is kind of one of those actors who's in everything, but he's always good in everything.
yeah,
And so, like, my brain, like, I'm not gonna lie, if he was the actor I got to meet who worked on that movie, I would just kind of like just be like, I don't even know what to say right now because you're awesome.
Yeah,
yeah.
when the premiere stuff was doing, we initially went to New York Comic Con, and they were talking about like, us meeting the cast and everything. Everyone was going on about Brian Cox, like Brian Cox, Brian Cox, and I was over in the corner like, who the fuck is Brian Cox? Like
Well, I think
I
that
had
that
no
came
idea
out
who he
around the same
was.
time that like they were riding high on like Succession, so that was
Yeah.
probably
Yeah,
adding to
like
it.
I think so because like I Googled who he was when we were
What?
What?
when, when we
It's
were
like the
Braveheart
biggest name in the movie.
X2?
I know, but like when we were going in for like the interview stuff, everyone was freaking out, being like, "Oh my God, Brian Cox is going to be 5 feet
Yeah.
away from us," and I was like, "Shit!" And I went over and I was like, "Who is Brian Cox?" And I see a list of
Don't
things that he
you
was in, and I was
downplay
like,
the voice of Anubis from Aqua Teen Hunger Force?
"Never seen it."
It's I don't understand that people love it, but I just
Yeah.
wanted to pick the weirdest one I could with him, and I'm like, okay, that's that one.
But no, like I saw like, Braveheart and I was like, okay, I've seen that. Then I saw everything else and I was like, I've heard of that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I went to Google Images and I was just like, okay, he kind of looks familiar. And then I heard his voice and I was like, okay,
Yeah, that yeah.
I kind of know who he is. But
Yeah.
everyone like had like this big boner for him and I was just like, I have no idea
Um,
who this man is. Gaia Wise, however, I am excited to meet her because I
uh,
love her mother. So
I, I'm going to recommend the movie I recommend for everyone with Brian Cox. It's not most people in our fan circles is not the kind of movie they would think of. A movie called Manhunter. It was the first Hannibal Lecter movie before Silence of the Lambs, and he plays a very small role in there as Hannibal Lecter, but he manages to be creepy as hell and be like the most weirdly realistic version of Lecter because he doesn't play it theatrically at all. It's like you're just talking to a dude who just knows more than you do. Like, or just talking to a person who you know knows more than you do, but is just going to basically treat you like, like I guess you're the person I have to talk to because no one else is here. Yeah, it's kind of like Kaia talking to me, where she knows more than I do, but she's like, "Hey, you're one of the three people here, so I guess I have to talk to you too."
no, it's like one of those like I don't know if you guys have seen that TikTok trend with that sound where the person is talking and they're just like, and that's the thing where and they turn over, it's like, you should know this too.
I am not up to speed on
Oh
TikTok.
no.
I never really got on TikTok. And now I'm just like have like this old man curmudgeon perspective on it where it's like I'm
Realize I,
old.
I, I literally am the Circuit 42 TikTok.
Yeah, so
Uh,
Ian should be well up to date on this. He should be the
I
ones
have
doing all
no
the
idea what
little.
Kai's talking about.
You should be doing the
Yeah, no,
TikTok dances.
I'm just chronically online. So it's also
I
one of
if
the sounds that I have saved to do a transition for. So I guess we'll
So
find
wait,
out.
so did you make one of these videos then for it yet?
No,
For
not
that
yet.
trend? Okay,
No.
okay. So you're gonna use a clip from this and like use it on Ian. Just be like, you should know this shit.
You
yes,
should know this too.
do
Or
it.
just like do a whole thing, like keep Tom Bombadil's name out of your goddamn mouth. Something
The
like that.
I
Punisher.
keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Okay, see, I don't feel bad because my wife was telling me, why are you referencing that? That was like 2 or 3 years ago. And I'm like, I'm not the only one.
Whenever people start talking about like these old references, it just makes me think of like Super Bad when they're just like, people don't forget. It's like, hey, why don't you pitch your pants again?
I got somebody
That's
reference
like eight
Superman.
years
Holy shit.
ago.
I mean, like
But
reference Superman. Okay, that's Lord of the Rings.
no, like I always like try. That's another thing, Kaya, is like I was telling Ian, um, I always like it always comes back to Lord of the Rings for me. One of the things, like one of the meme ideas I had was like trying to like splice in Mark Wahlberg into Lord of the Rings as Gandalf, as like one of like the weirdest like fucking castings. So I was like thinking of like his other movies, right? And like taking his dialogue from other movies and like putting it in as like Gandalf.
Oh
Like
my
for example, like when they're like asking him about, Frodo and the ring and going into Mordor, like after like talking about like the Palantir and everything like that. And I'm just thinking of that part in The Departed where they're asking Mark Wahlberg's character about like the moles that he has in with the mob, and he's just like, maybe, maybe not. Maybe go fuck yourself. And
You know,
so, and
I'm sorry,
it
you
just,
know what? I gotta cut it real quick. My favorite Mark Wahlberg role is where he plays like the angry guy from Boston, who's just really jacked and just like
yes,
the curses at people. You know, like
that's
every Mark
what I want
Wahlberg
to
role,
do.
like
I
every
want
character he's played. That's like 3 characters.
I want to insert him as like Gandalf in like the weirdest ways and like take his like the Southie Gandalf where he's like falling off of like the bridge of Khazad-dûm and he's just like fly you queers and shit like that. I don't know. It's just been spinning in my head and I need to like draw it up and make the meme and whatnot. But yeah.
Really fucking hilarious.
I will look forward to getting that like when if it ever it trends. But all right, so we're serious. We're totally serious now. So we're talking about War of the Rohirrim and how he completely didn't recognize like Brian Cox. So I think so one of the things that let's say like Die Hard Lord of the Rings might be and let's pose this as a question first. Are you like worried that they're ever gonna like remake it? Do you think that they ever should? I mean, it probably will eventually happen, but is that something where you're just like, it's probably gonna happen, but I don't want to be alive for it?
Well, I mean, I think it's definitely it's eventually going to happen. Don't I don't know how I'm going to feel about it. I mean, obviously, I'm not gonna love it as much as I love the original trilogy because
Hmm.
I'm not gonna be able to picture Gandalf as anyone else but Ian McKellen.
Yeah.
And so I think it'll definitely throw me off. Um, I'm not gonna be one of those people that hates on it because it's not my original Lord of the Rings,
Yeah.
but I probably won't enjoy it as much as my original Lord of the Rings. So if it happens, it happens. I would definitely be looking forward as to who they cast
Hmm.
as the characters, but yeah.
Aren't we like approaching within like the next like decade or two the like the threshold for it being what is that term? I forget. Um now I'm thrown off by fucking Mark Wahlberg. Thanks, Ian.
Oh my God.
Uh what is the term if Ian, why am I blanking on this now? Now you have to save me. What's the term for when it's like been around for 100 years and now
Oh,
anybody can make
public
it?
domain.
Public
Yes,
domain.
yes, yes, that.
So you want
Um,
so what you're saying is that you want it to become a low budget slasher movie because that's apparently
no.
the only idea that people have.
But are we not approaching that threshold, Kaya? I
No,
thought no,
no.
I thought it was like in
I
the
mean,
like the 30s when they came out with The
no.
Hobbit.
I believe The Lord of the Rings is published. I don't want to say the wrong date. I'm pretty sure I'm thinking of the correct one.
And well, I'm gonna look it up. But with the Lord of the Rings um, Fellowship, the ring go
It's
into public domain.
it's weird because like they referenced it in
50s. So
okay,
we got it. We got like another
50s.
25 years.
So hopefully we're dead.
2044. I don't want to be dead
If
then.
uh if things are keep on going the way they are, we'll be well dead by then. Okay, so then if you're not 100% like against it, if you're gonna be one of the folk who were actually like cool about it, with that said, do you have like potential like who would you cast? I know that's like a crazy thing to even like entertain, but
That is.
like say is
Especially
there
because
anybody
I don't like keep up with
like
movies or
actors?
actors like that.
So not Brian
I
Cox
think
is what we're
not Brian
saying.
Cox. Not Brian
At
Cox.
that time, Brian Cox may not be alive.
Yeah.
He
I
could be
think he's only
around.
got like 20 years left.
He could be a Denethor. He could pull that off.
I mean, then again, Clint Eastwood is turning 97 this year.
Oh God.
And that guy doesn't seem to be slowing down at all, no matter how many chairs he goes at. So,
Oh
Um,
God.
yeah, but like so let's say if we were or let's try to like wipe our minds and say the original trilogy like never happened. Like if you were casting it, say like would you accept like for instance like I think some people have thrown out like Timothy Chalamet
No,
as Frodo.
no,
no.
No?
no.
You don't like that?
They only fan cast Timothy Chalamet as Frodo because of his hair. It's not because of the type of actor that he is, because I am 100% convinced they're just doing it because they want to see a hot Frodo. Because if you've seen anything Timothy Chalamet is in and try and put him into the role of Frodo, I'm like, my honest reaction is you've got to be fucking me. Like, there's no way that you have either seen the movies, let alone have read the book, if you think that Timothy Chalamet is a good Frodo,
Oh, no,
could
you're not
ever
going to
be a
like my
good Frodo.
casting for Samwise
Like,
then.
the fuck is your
Who
cast
are
for
you casting for
Samwise?
Samwise then, Ian?
I think it's a good casting, but Kai's going to be mad at me.
Oh,
Is it
Uh,
Timothy Chalamet?
she's getting
no,
ready to like
no. I think Dustin from Stranger Things, because that kid will always look the same. He just stretches a little bit. Dustin from Stranger Things would actually be kind of awesome as Samwise.
Are you saying that just because of his face shape,
His face
or are you
shape,
saying that
his
because he's
hair,
a
and
good
his.
actor?
Well, I've never seen him
Because
play
they,
anything other than Dustin, but
huh?
he's pretty much the Dustin of that show. I
No,
mean, he's
like
pretty much the
don't get me
Samwise of
wrong.
that show.
I like Dust. I like the guy that plays Dustin. I think he's cool. But like, I want people to fan cast based on their acting, not based on the way they freaking look. Because you can put like, makeup, wigs, prosthetics on people, make them look completely different. But you can't make their acting good.
So does that
You
mean that
can't,
you don't like Timothy Chalamet as an actor
I
then?
no, I mean I like him for certain things. I don't like him for everything that I've seen him in,
Okay.
like Little Women.
Hmm.
I I think that's what one of the things that made him super famous. I don't see it. I can't see why people liked him.
I
I
understand
maybe
because there's a reason I'm never going to watch a Bruce Springsteen movie. First off, I think I don't really care about Bruce Springsteen outside of Born in the USA because I love watching conservatives play that song while it's literally being like, you guys are dumpster trash, this song. But the fact that he looks nothing like him, and I'm
You're talking
like,
about
that's,
Jeremy Allen White?
I'm talking about when they cast Timothy, was it, wait, which one was Timothy Chalamet? Oh, Timothy Chalamet played, was
Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan. Yeah, he looks
Yeah.
nothing like Bob Dylan. I appreciate the fact that he actually learned all the songs and actually knows how to play them. But he still looks nothing like him. And this is me being
You
a
know
shallow
what?
asshole.
So have you guys seen The Bear?
yes.
No. I need
You
to.
know what?
Yes,
Now,
I
now
know
that I
exactly who you're talking. Yes, I would cast him as Frodo.
well, I was about to say, I'm looking at the cast. I'm like, let's just take the entire cast of the Bear and let's just make that the cast of Lord of the Rings.
No, no, we
Come
can't do
on,
that. No,
Will Poulter. You're telling me he couldn't make like a good Legolas?
no,
Come
What
on,
is wrong with you,
you're fighting
Michael?
it. You're fighting it for no reason.
no. I
You're
No.
think he would.
fighting
I
it.
think he. No, I think he would make a good Boromir. I think he would
See?
make a good
But you're
Boromir,
saying
not
like
a good
the
Legolas. No,
yeah, but like
because
the
his acting doesn't have that uh elvish etherealness to it, where Orlando Bloom's did. Because
I don't
Lord of
know
the Rings.
because
Well, no, because Lord of the Rings was one of the first like big projects he was
mhm,
cast in, like right out of acting school. So that the way that I read his acting was like he was very like, quiet,
mhm.
timid, uh, was more focused on looking the part instead of like, speaking, because Legolas has very few speaking parts. And he was able to really just stand there and be pretty.
So you're saying you don't think that
And
Will Poulter has like the same kind of like
no,
presence?
no. I also think that Will Poulter has been in far too many comedies to be taken seriously as an elf. Now,
Well,
Jamie Campbell Bower, he's now in The Rings of Power, and there is
wait,
uh
who does he play? Who does he play?
Jamie Campbell Bower. He's
Yeah.
not in The Bear. He's not in The Bear. He plays
No, no, no.
Vecna in
No,
Stranger
I'm not looking up the
Things.
player. He's talking
Come
about
back to
okay, so what's
Stranger
his
Things
name?
and Dustin.
Jamie what? What's his name?
Jamie
Jamie
Campbell
Campbell
Bower.
Bauer.
He was in Twilight.
He, yeah, he was
Everybody
he
was
was
in
in
Twilight though.
he was in Twilight. He was in Stranger Things. He was in
Uh,
Mortal Instruments.
I I don't know about this
He's
dude.
No, his acting spot on for Elf. Looks spot on for Elf. Like there's polls going around as to who he's playing, because I think it was confirmed that he was playing an elf. And now it's like, okay, well, is he going to be Celeborn or is he going to be Celebrimbor? Or not Celebrimbor, Glorfindel. And I am just hoping and praying for Glorfindel, because when I think
I feel like he doesn't
Glorfindel,
look
I
old
think
enough for
Jamie
it.
Campbell Bower.
I feel like he doesn't look old enough for it.
What do you
well.
mean
Here's the
old
thing
enough
about
for it?
No,
here's
that's
That's
the
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 thing about
thing
thing.
Jamie
about
Like
Jamie.
Campbell
No.
Bower. That guy's never gonna really look
I know, but
like an
like
actual
I
age.
still feel like they're elves that like we'll take an example like when we talk about like Lee Pace versus like Orlando Bloom. Like there's a reason why even though like Lee Pace was younger, they cast him as the dad. Obviously it had things to do with like height, but it also had to do things with like more like presence. So I just I don't know. I feel like this guy is just not doing it for me in that same way.
Well,
I'm
what
But
what
gonna
experience with Jamie Campbell
disagree
Bower
with.
do you have?
let's see. I've seen him in Stranger Things, Sweeney Todd, Harry Potter. I've seen the Twilight movies. I've seen Fantastic Beasts. So I've seen like a lot of his stuff, but like I said, I don't know. Like it's not like immediately doing it for me, but then again, um all we have to go off of is like other like Rings of Power type stuff, but like I was like circling back to like Will Poulter though and how you were saying that like I know he did like a lot of like comedy work at the beginning, but it just reminded me of how like I did just do like a rewatch of like the Maze Runner trilogy and how like that was just like a shift for him because he went from being like the geek to being like more of like the tough guy, which was like hard to buy into after like having that experience. But then you start seeing him in other things, the bear being one of them, and you start to
I was gonna
see,
say Midsummer as well.
yeah,
Like he
and
still
how,
Well,
kind of
see,
leaned into that kind of role, but
that's why I think he would be a good Boromir, maybe even a good Faramir, but
mhm.
not Legolas. I would not cast him as an elf. No.
But yeah, we could just like I'm just looking at the cast of the bear. John Bernthal, you gotta throw him in there as somebody.
I
Who
don't, I,
would you make John Bernthal Aragorn?
John.
No,
No.
no. I would make him Denethor.
You make him Denethor?
I would make him
I'm not sure
Denethor.
he's old enough to be Denethor.
You could make him look old enough to be That's the
I
thing, is that
know, but
he doesn't have to be anything. Like
like
looks
you
wise, they
already
can make him that.
if we're doing this like this thing where we're like pigeonholing ourselves to like the bear cast for like no reason, which we kind of are. It's like you have Oliver Platt there.
No,
I had a troll concept that I used to do with people where my idea always narrowed down to do a reboot by the production team and cast of King of the Hill. And that
Now,
was
see,
my
do you guys know who Airplane Facts with Max is?
no.
Is that a screen name?
Is that from King of the Hill?
No, no. He's a very like big name in the Tolkien talk community. He's
Okay.
you've definitely seen one of his videos if you like get Lord of the Rings videos on your
Hmm.
For You page. He's that guy that like, talks about airplane stuff and then leads it into, oh, kind of like how XYZ Lord of the Rings lore.
Okay.
And yeah. But him and I went back and forth on threads and we recast Lord of the Rings with King of the Hill.
Oh shit.
Oh, you
That shit
guys are my
was
So
best
you,
friends. You
she
guys are my
fun.
already
best
did
friends
it.
now.
She already
Yeah,
did it,
we
Ian.
already did it.
I'm so
She's
happy.
the one.
So here's
She's
a
the
question:
special one.
Who does Cotton play?
Oh, who did? Hang on.
Because I'm just gonna
Was
assume
Cotton
older.
Gandalf?
I'm
I'll
gonna
look it
assume
up.
older Bilbo.
Just like a Gandalf with like no shins. He's like, I killed 50 orcs.
I just want him to be Bilbo in the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
I just imagine like Cotton Hill just like shit talking Pippins like so hard as Gandalf.
And him getting his crazy eyes like at the beginning of the movie. Oh, I want
Oh
this to be
shit.
real.
But now I'm
Oh
like
my God.
now I have this like the bear thing in
The
my
bear meets Kid
head.
in the Hill.
No, the bear meets fucking Lord of the Rings. Oh
Oh my
shit.
God, I can't find it.
A Hulu original
I'm
picture.
thinking about who's gonna be like who is uh Lionel Boyce who plays Marcus, like who's he gonna be? I could see him
See,
as Boromir.
Oliver Platt, I would probably put him as Bilbo.
He would be a
That's how I
good
would
I
put as
can see
Bilbo.
that.
Bilbo. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But like
remember
Oliver
like
Platt's like so fucking versatile. Like I also did like a rewatch of The West Wing recently and he plays like the White House counsel. Um he's just like so fucking good.
here's the
Yeah.
funny thing. Oliver Platt used to piss me off until I started seeing him do more of his TV work. Because for the
Um
longest time I was convinced that Oliver Platt could only play one role, and I was happy whenever he would get dead. And he would get dead in everything. So, but then I started seeing more of his TV work, and like I said, the West Wing. I'm like, oh, you can actually act. Because I used to think he was just a little slimy bowling ball of a person. And so, like when he got dropped in X Men, I'm like, oh, this part's awesome. And when he dies in 2012, I'm like, oh, this is awesome. But then I started seeing him in like actual things with like content that were just stupid.
yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit, you can actually act. You shouldn't die
Yeah.
as much.
So maybe it would have been like too much of like him trying to be like pigeonholed into being like a piece of shit if if we cast him as Denethor. But it just hit me that Robert Townsend is in The Bear, and what if Robert Townsend played Gandalf? He's Meteor
It's
Man.
Robert Townsend.
Meteor Man.
Oh shit! Yes, yes. I was actually talking about Robert Townsend the other day. I I,
Maybe.
I, I want to cast Robert Townsend in everything though, so because I'm biased.
It's like you want to cast him as the shark in Jaws, basically.
Yeah, I mean he
But
literally made like one.
have you seen Meteor Man, Kaya?
No, I have not. But I'm looking
Okay.
at him now. I've seen a few of the things he's in. Think, I think he would probably make a better Elrond.
Yeah, yeah, I can see that too.
Like I would say if I were to choose anyone for Gandalf from this cast, it would probably Edwin Lee Gibson. I would choose
Oh,
him as Gandalf.
actually, you know who else? I keep on forgetting that they went fucking crazy for like their Thanksgiving shit. So we gotta like dip into like the other people that they fucking whom I'm missing it, and it's like it's right Bob Odenkirk from Better Call Saul.
No,
Come
no,
on,
no,
man.
no.
He's
Casting
got
random people, man.
range. He's
Now
got
see
range.
if they if they did a closer like rendition to the book, I would probably cast him as Baragond, but no one in the Fellowship. I
No one.
feel like
Okay.
he's a better side character. Like if he was Baragond or
No,
what else
sorry,
would he
it just
be?
hit me
I think that's it.
that John Cena is part of the Bear cast, and so like who do we put him in?
Gimli.
Uh, shit.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
So quick, Gimli.
Like let's make him Sam. Let's make him Samwise. This is a completely jacked like Samwise.
Just anytime someone gives Frodo shit, he just comes in.
Yes. He's like, I'm gonna haunt you.
No,
Oh
make him
shit.
Gollum. I think that would be hilarious. John
It's
Cena
like
Gollum.
completely he's like shirtless, but he's just like the jacked. He's like not
Yeah,
even like the emaciated Gollum. He's just like jacked and shit.
yeah. Like if the
Oh,
ring was steroids instead of like draining you of life.
yes. And then like John Mulaney is part of this cast too. We gotta make
Ugh,
him
no,
somebody. What? Oh, I you hate John Mulaney, is that the thing?
I don't. He just used to be so funny, and then
I
he just turned into one of those.
He's
uh
Like
become kind of
he's
a douchebag as things
try,
have gone on.
kind of, but it's like he's trying too hard
see
to be
I
funny to where
still
it's
like him.
not funny.
I still like him. I definitely am not like up to date. I feel like he's gone more like
Oh my
producer
God,
mode. Oh God.
John Sindar. No.
Uh oh, so shit. Fuck, who else? Damn, I'm missing another one. So then who is Jamie Lee Curtis gonna be?
Wait,
Is she gonna be Galadriel?
I
I
wouldn't
can't
put her as
remember.
Galadriel.
I can't remember what's the supporting character's names. Which one was that? Which one was that from the original movies?
Hmm? Oh,
Which was?
Kate Blanchett.
Yes, that was my
Mm.
immediate thought.
Gillian Jacobs, maybe?
Britta?
For Galadriel?
Yeah, I'm just like kind of like looking at, ooh, maybe Olivia Colman?
No, no. Because the
No,
thing was with Galadriel, you can't. No offense to these beautiful women, can't make her look too old. I would say probably Molly Gordon. I would put as Galadriel.
not Sarah Paulson.
Mm-mm.
Who's Sarah Paulson gonna be?
Sarah.
I feel like we're just throwing
Nobody.
names out there because
Nobody.
they're in the air.
Who's she gonna be?
Sarah Paulson. You mean Sarah Ramos?
No, Sarah
You
Paulson
meant to say
from
Sarah Paulson?
America. Yeah, Sarah Paulson from
You said Sarah Paulson, and I'm like,
I'm fucking up with the
you're
pronunciation, but Sarah Paulson from American Horror Story fame and all that good jazz.
just throwing out names now.
No, she's in it. She's
No,
in The
she's not.
Bear.
Not
Yeah,
that I
she
see.
is. She was in the Thanksgiving episode. She's like one of the
Oh, the
men.
Thanksgiving episode.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I would not cast Sarah Paulson as anyone.
No,
No.
but she's so good. Okay, then. So like, you said you had like a name for Aragorn.
For Aragorn, I would probably see that's what I've been thinking over this entire list is who would be Aragorn. I would say either Andrew Lopez or Eben Moss.
I was kind of thinking Evan Moss.
See,
Like
I think
he
either
is so fucking good in that show. Like he is probably like one of the most satisfying arcs in the whole goddamn show. Let's see, who did Andrew?
Andrew
Oh,
Lopez played Garrett.
yeah, he was the guy who kind of like coached Evan Moss.
See, because I never saw, I've never actually seen The Bear, and I also, despite the fact that I'm casually a Lord of the Rings fan, I'm like the idea of this Canadian encounter was just so weird to me.
Oh, what about David Zayas as Gimli instead? Or who has like the best like deep voice that we can make into Treebeard? We're like going into like a rabbit hole here.
I
Or at
mean,
least I
okay,
am.
let's bring ourselves out of it. I'm gonna, even though he's not in the show,
We're
I'm
gonna get out
we're
of it
kind of,
here.
yeah, we're kind of stuck in the loop. But even though he's not part of the Bear, I mean, we don't have to, because the fact that we don't have to really about worry about age necessarily. If we cast him as Treebeard, I just cast Keith David.
Is I thought Keith David passed away.
Keith David is still alive, dude.
Or is that I think that's one of the things that he like posts that he's like people are always like, hey, And is Keith David alive?
He's
He's just like,
literally he's in Hazbin Hotel,
and he's just like, well, I don't
like
watch that.
currently.
I don't watch Hazbin Hotel.
I watched it. It was not terrible. I was surprised.
I couldn't get into it. Like
Jen's
the
watching it, and I kind of watch it in the background while I'm doing dishes, which I think is a perfect way to watch it.
yeah, I just couldn't get into it. But
I
yeah,
could
I
see him.
mean,
I could see him voicing Treebeard.
yeah, I mean, yeah, he's got like one of the best like voices.
He's got pretty
Um,
good vocal range.
yeah. All
I'm
right,
sorry.
Ian.
I just looked at Keith David, and I just saw something really weird.
What's that?
Apparently, they're doing like the Gettysburg Address, the complete story of Abraham Lincoln's Gettysburg Address. And it's got Jason Alexander in it, and I'm like, holy shit! But then it's got Matthew Broderick, and I'm like, that guy's just gonna run over people's car. And then Laura Bush is in it, and then Keith David's in it. I'm like, this is just a
Starting to get
fever dream.
random.
Why is there archival footage of George W. Bush in this? What is happening? Okay, I'm gonna wait for this right now. Because apparently Ed Asner's in it, and I'm happy, but the rest of it's confused and disturbing. Much like
Yeah,
Tom
it's getting
Bombadil in Lord of the
weird.
Rings.
It's getting weird. Uh, okay,
Sorry, I was trying to
so
reach out the
we
reboot thing. I figured that was the quickest way to like completely derail that so we could move into something else before we really wrapped up.
yeah, because I was getting really sucked into this this concept. But so we
Just
don't want to
Photoshop the
like
cast of the bear.
it's gonna become a thing. We're willing it into like I don't know about you, but I'm a big believer in like the multiverse and whatnot. So I feel like as soon as you have like an idea, there has to be a multiverse, like a dimension that like has it.
Well,
So
well,
now
I
it's been
look at how I
birthed.
brought up Lord of the Rings King of the Hill, and apparently that populated
Yes.
on Kai's side. So there you
Yeah.
go.
So eventually we'll meet some kind of multiverse traveler who's just like, guys, what are you talking about? John Cena is Gimli.
Like, who the hell is
God.
Jonathan Rhys Davies?
That means that there's a non-obnoxious version of me. I can't imagine that.
You're
No,
fine.
no.
Um, but I think it's pretty late there. We don't want to keep you super late. But I think we've got a good amount of content. We don't want to be like Peter Jackson and draw this out into a third part if we don't need to. But I just want to say again, thanks for agreeing to be on the show. You're really great. Appreciate seeing, your content, all that good stuff. Totally jealous that you got to meet some of the people that you got to meet. Hopefully, you'll continue, your journey and keep on meeting these incredibly talented folks and, keep on experiencing the Tolkien, dream life.
I sure hope so. If
So
I am so lucky.
with the three of us, before we get everything wrapped up, what kind of what does anyone have going on the weekend? Any kind of nerdy, cool events that people can look forward to? What have you got going on?
Let's see. As far as stuff that's like coming up soon, I don't really think I have much. The cool thing that I was just doing is, I sold my like 90% of my action figures, and so the gentleman who we're going to be speaking with on our toy episode, his name is Jeff. He owns Toying Around here in Phoenix. He let me actually come in and work on the figures that I sold him and like sort through them and clean them up and like help display them as like a little like side gig for like 2 weeks. So that was probably like one of the most fun ways I've ever made money. So that was cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to. There's another toy show actually coming up the first week of December. I definitely want to go to that. Other than that, I'm just like getting ready for like my move. I'm gonna have to move here in about like 5 weeks.
What about you, Kai?
I got nothing going on, thank God. Thank God.
I
It's just been nice to relax. Other than like, shelling out videos. But yeah, that is it.
I'm going to be going to Casa or Comic Art San Antonio 2025 tomorrow. Actually, it's a
Ooh.
small comic book convention. It's the kind of convention that doesn't seem to exist anymore. It's $10 per ticket, and and it's all comics. Like it's all comic book. It's like the biggest get right now that they have coming, at least in my opinion, but I am biased. They have David Marquez, who's the current ongoing artist for Uncanny X-Men, Miguel Simone, and they have Rick Leonardi, who was the artist and co-creator of Miguel O'Hara, aka Spider-Man 2099.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's cool.
because when I was like, oh, $10 conventions, they probably have someone going. I'm like, holy shit, okay.
Nice. Make sure to
And
take some comments to get signed.
I'm actually, I'm they're over there. It's kind of sad because one of the things I'm getting signed is actually by Peter David, who unfortunately lost this year. Um, but I am going to be. I've got a quick story time I'm going to throw out there. And this is why when you're selling stuff at a booth, always make sure and review what you're selling. I got an X-Men Dark Phoenix comic poster from the '80s, and I bought it for like $20, which I'm like, oh, that's a really good deal. I take it home, I put it up in a frame, and Jen sees something on it, like some blur, and I'm like, what's that, fingerprint or what is that? And then I start looking at it, and I realize this must have been a really old signature of Rick Leonardi's that just kind of got blurred out and lightened over time.
Mm,
So not only did this guy sell me a 40-year-old X-Men poster in like near perfect condition for $20, but it's also signed by Rick Leonardi. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to get the signature remarked since he's going to be at the show, and I'm actually going to do a remark of the
okay.
signature and actually have a fresh signature on there where the previous autograph was before.
I forget, Ian, do you ever like engage in any kind of like grading for your comics or no?
I don't. I don't.
Oh, okay.
I should. I mean, I've literally got the first appearance of like Kitty Pryde, Emma Frost, and Sage from in a box over there, signed by
Okay.
Claremont and Byrne. And we should probably get that graded, but I'm also lazy and cheap.
Okay. Okay. Well, it sounds like, we got some good stuff coming up, even if it's just relaxation.
Oh yeah.
So, so with that, I want to say, like Michael said, I want to say thank you for coming on the show for the second part of the show. It's been a blast. This is, like I said before, this is making me want to just take time if I can have the time. That's the thing that I would love to have is time. I think that's all of us. Just have the time to go back and not only rewatch movies, but watch the later movies. Avoid rewatching the Hobbit movies, and just like get back into Lord of the Rings like I did back when I was in high school.
Yes. Let it
Hmm.
absorb your soul.
Yeah. Come
But
join us.
but
But
yeah. Oh,
just
sorry,
what's up,
Michael.
Ian?
Well, I
No,
was
I was
just
gonna say
gonna.
like we're doing the thing, but no, I think yeah, one of the things that I want to touch on also is like we didn't really get a chance to like talk about it, so I'm just gonna like say it briefly. Is I'm hoping, yeah, I'm really excited. I'm glad that they're still following through and they're gonna give Rings of Power like another season. I was a little bit worried after the cancellations of like Wheel of Time, and seeing kind of like The Witcher kind of like waffle a little bit. So. Uh, it's weird because like I enjoyed Wheel of Time, even though apparently it wasn't that like faithful according to some folks. But I just I feel like people were like trying to look for like the next Game of Thrones, and we're just kind of like disappointed they didn't get the immediate success of it.
Hmm.
So I'm hoping they continue to give Rings of Power like its time to breathe and grow. And, I'm looking forward to it because I've enjoyed it so far.
Yeah. I mean, it's contracted for 5 seasons. So I think regardless if it sucks or not, they're going to keep making it. I personally really like it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can't wait to see what they do with this next season. Although some of the spoilers that I have seen, I'm not thrilled about them. But
No,
we'll
no
see.
spoilers. No spoilers.
Yeah.
Also, with the amount of money they've spent on that license, they're they're not going to cancel it. Right? They're not going to cancel like that because of some trolls on the internet.
Hmm.
Well, I think they had like a game planned and then they canceled it. They had like a Lord of the Rings game planned and then they just like shelved it,
But
Are you talking
which
about
is
the one that they just announced?
no, I think it was one that they had like in the pipeline for like a little bit and then they just axed it.
That might have been
Uh,
before. That might have been before it was ever released. But like, yeah, Rings of Power was contracted for 5 seasons,
no, I mean
and
like a
then like
game. They were
yeah,
supposed to
no,
be
no,
making
no,
like a
yeah,
game. Okay, okay.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm saying like, they were supposed to be making it, it didn't get released. And so that's why they, you know, but Rings of Power, since it's already been released, I think now, even after, regardless of what some internet trolls say about the first two seasons, they're going to keep making them
Yeah.
because, yeah, that licensing is probably expensive.
So,
Just a little
Kaya,
bit.
where can people find you on this wonderful, wonderful, never trolly, never toxic place called the internet?
Everywhere, everywhere. Where am I on? I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Threads, Facebook, YouTube, everywhere other than TikTok. It is Kaia Kayy with two Y's. So Kaia Kayy. On TikTok, it's Kaia Kays. That is the only place it's different.
And I remember we touched on that. Why is that again? For those who, for some reason, the psychopaths who missed the first part.
Because the
Somebody took it.
someone had it before me, which I don't know how it is. But then whenever I went to go check recently to see if I could change it, I was like, do I do it? Because now it's available. And I was like, do I do it? But now everyone knows me by this username. Like all the companies that I've done collaborations with have me under this username. Like Warner Brothers has me under this username. So I'm like, well,
Don't change it.
fuck. I can't change it.
Yeah, I
So
think when major studios find you under that name, it's like, yeah, you don't change it at that point.
yeah, nope. So
You're
it's just
good.
staying Kaike's.
And Michael, in this bare universe of Lord of the Rings, where can people find you on the social medias?
You can find me on Facebook under Mike Martinez. You can find me on Instagram on Four Ducks Pilot a Man Suit, as well as Threads, same name. And then I think on Blue Sky, I'm in as Four Ducks in a Man Suit.
And you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Threads. Probably, I don't know. I don't care. Ian McIntosh because I'm lazy, and you can find Circuit 42 on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Threads. You can watch us on YouTube, and you can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and wherever else you might find your listen to your podcasts. So, with that, thank you once again for coming on the show. This has been fantastic. Um, Michael, you got your Lord of the Rings show. I know there will be more, but
Two,
somebody that you've been asking for a while. We made it happen. Kaya is cool. She was like, make it happen. We're like, okay. And so with that, thank you everyone for listening. It's been another awesome episode of Circuit 42, and good night, everyone.